running the show from home like I am, then you're going from one meeting to the next, from workshops to webinars, classes to cocktail hours, and it's all in the virtual world. So in today's video, we're going to talk about how we've been connecting, creating, and collaborating during this time as method actors with Rachel Baylett and Boston Casting. So Rachel, I'm so delighted to be here with you today to chat with you and all the method actors in our group.
Thank you, Aline.
I'm so excited about your channel and about this interview. So these are actors from the Boston community. Through Boston Casting, we all met, and these are students of mine. I come here from Los Angeles, from the Lee Strasberg Theater and Film Institute, and brought method acting here 3 years ago. So these are students in my method acting classes, as well as former students that are now part of the community. And so what we're going to show you is how we're staying creative during this time. My students are very honest with their challenges and with their endeavors, and we hope that it will give some inspiration to fellow artists and creatives out there.
Thank you, Rachel, for continuing to inspire us and push us past our limits.
You're so welcome, and thank you for introducing our method acting community to your viewers. We hope that they'll join us in the future, and we hope to chronicle our journey as we go through this challenging time.
So grateful to you, Rachel, and Boston Casting for keeping us all connected via method acting. And I'm just happy to be here with everyone and find out how everyone's staying creative and productive during this time in COVID-19. So I'd love to ask a few questions to all my fellow method actors. So Rachel, tell us how you've been setting up your schedule and the whole setup for us to stay connected.
It's been a pleasure doing it. So this is our weekly Friday chat, which is a way for us to connect in and all share what we're doing, how we're continuing our training, how we're staying inspired and staying sane during this very unusual time. So this is a regular on our schedule. The way it's looking right now is I'm giving online method acting classes through Boston Casting, and all the actors here are participating. But we also have added in some fun things to work on our skills, which are a play reading night. We had our second play reading night this week where everyone signed a part, and then we have some time left over to do some improv, and also a method movie night. So we don't normally have the luxury to do these things because we're busy with the actual training, but let's take a look at some of the older method actors like John Garfield. We're looking at The Misfits this weekend with Marilyn Monroe and Montgomery Clift and Eli Wallach. And so I feel like our training is becoming more comprehensive and including so many things that we weren't able to do in our sessions in class. So we're so busy working on the Lee Strasberg sensory exercises, relaxation, and scene work, but now we're filling in the pieces and the education on method acting training while everyone's getting a workout and connecting, which makes us feel good because we are a tight community.
We are, absolutely. I agree. So thank you to you and Boston Casting for all that you do to keep us all connected. Let's start with James. James, I love your background there, the I love method acting.
That's it. Thank you very much. Yeah, I actually got this from Lowe's. This is actually not a whiteboard. This is a $10 plastic paneling. $10. I just tacked it up, and now I can do some creative work and drawing and have a ball with it. Something I wanted to do anyway was to make some of my home office more corporate because I'm also a business owner. Yeah, so the two tips that I have for others and what's really helped me, and that's through my method acting through Rachel and Boston Casting, is that I'm still rehearsing my scripts. I'm still working with my partner on a scene. I was actually in 3 different productions the week that we were told can't leave your house anymore. So I didn't want to stop working on my characters and stop working on working with my partners. So we're using technology like this to stay connected and keep working during this time. What I also love about this is that you can invite other people like family and friends, and they can watch you and your partner as you're rehearsing and then give you feedback when it's done.
Absolutely. It's the best way to stay connected during this time.
Absolutely. And then I got to give a huge shout out to Rachel because she actually coaches me as well. And the relaxation and sensory exercises that she's given me has not only helped me in my acting, but it's helped me in my business as well. I have a small business and it's hurting, and we've gotten through it, and we're going to get out the other end. But the sensory and relaxation exercises has really helped me relieve my stress and calm me down in moments of worry or anxiety. I can't thank her enough, because those exercises didn't just help me out in acting, it helped me in life. So thank you, Rachel.
I say the same thing every day. The Strasberg techniques and strategies have helped me in all areas of my life, not just in acting, but in everything that I do. I'm involved in many different industries, and it's been life-changing for me. Rachel is just truly an inspiration to everyone. So grateful as well. And let's head over to Nancy. Nancy, tell us how you've been staying creative during COVID-19 and how method acting has been helping you.
Well, I feel really kind of blessed by COVID-19 because it's how I started taking method acting with Rachel. So it was fairly recently. And I can't believe, I always wanted to do it. I saw the ads all the time on Boston Casting, but who knows if I would have done it. So that is a big blessing for me. I also feel like it's kind of neat doing it on video because we so rarely get to see ourselves on camera, and it takes a while to get comfortable with that. So I feel like that's almost a plus in a lot of ways. I'm just looking forward to getting back to where we can greet each other on the street and not skip around each other. You know, it just feels, for someone who is in this kind of activity, it just feels extremely odd.
It is. I miss being together and, screenplay and having a scene partner and just working together, networking, going to events, hugging someone, having dinner with someone. You miss all of that, and it's very strange having cocktail hour and movie night and dinner through the virtual world, but we're doing it, and it's keeping people connected. But I don't know. I mean, I definitely miss the in-person meeting with everyone in person. So hopefully things will get back to normal soon. Yes, and Danielle, tell us how you've been doing during this time and how you've been staying creative and how method acting is helping.
Hi, thank you so much for doing this. This has been so amazing to be able to connect with everyone. So I have been working with Rachel on and off for the past couple of years, and she has just been, she's just like the guide by my side, this little angel in my pocket. She's my go-to, and I've trained with her one-on-ones as well as in and out of classes. Like Bob was saying, the relaxation exercises have just been such a great help in my life. And another thing, Rachel has also taught me that my sensitivity has been a blessing for acting, whereas before it was always kind of a curse. And so in just having that relaxation exercise has really helped me in all of my endeavors. I mean, as far as right now, to try to stay creative, I have had some auditions, some voiceover auditions, and I'm trying to get my studio up and running. So that's been fun. And just having those tools in my back pocket has helped me a lot, because I don't have someone to kind of bounce ideas off and say, hey, does this look right, or what have you. So just having that has been great. And I love method acting. I've had the pleasure of auditing some classes in New York. And it's always been a dream to somehow become more connected with them. So I'm just really, really grateful that Rachel is she's just so forward thinking. And so she's a great teacher. I mean, that has got to be, if you haven't taken a method class by Rachel, then you're definitely missing out. And so I'm really glad, because I think this will spread her message. And I really appreciate you doing this, because it's allowing all of us to connect, practice the craft, and be inspired by Rachel. So
Beautiful. Absolutely. I agree. What would we do without Rachel?
yeah, exactly. Right.
It's true. It's true. She's wonderful, keeping us all connected and inspiring everyone every day, which is amazing.
Yep.
And is there anything else you'd like to share with us, Danielle?
Not really. I mean, I think I've been using this time really to really hone in on, I've been training in audiobook narration for the past 10 months. And, learning the technical aspect has been very challenging. It's just different. It's just a whole nother ball of wax. Using the method acting has helped so much in, being able to attack the character and being able to, use the subtext to be able to, figure out how to read the story or tell the story, because it's not really reading. So, and just in all my voiceover auditions, it's really helped a lot. And I do have noticed that there hasn't been that much of a slowdown yet in the voiceover world. I feel like it's kind of picking up because we are so virtual right now. But of course, I'll be glad when we can get back to actually, being in person and having classes again and real live auditions, if that ever happens anytime soon.
I know, I agree, and I hope so too. Thank you so much for sharing such wonderful information with us, Danielle.
No problem, thanks.
And Bob, we'll head over to you. How have you been doing during this time, and how have you been staying creative, and how has method acting helped you?
I'm doing well, thank you, Eileen, and it's really fun to be here. There's obviously the projects that we've all been working on have been put on hold, but the chance to stay engaged and stay working and adjusting to this kind of a way of doing things together has been a little challenging, but it's surprising just how quickly it just becomes normal. We're all in our little boxes, but we're thinking outside the box, and some of the stuff that we've done with the movie nights and with play reading, we're more engaged now than we were with the scheduled classes on site. So some of that's really kind of fun.
I agree. I keep saying the same thing. I mean, I'm going from one meeting to the next, from one event to the next, but now in the virtual world, they've got a packed schedule.
Yeah, but some of this is like the new normal for auditions were all becoming, not all, but so many of the auditions were self-taping. So getting used to this kind of an approach of interacting with people and taking some time to set up your studios or your home studios, your equipment. There's an awful lot that we were already starting to do, and now we're all getting more used to some of these tools, and I think that's fabulous. And I get to sit here on a lunch break and see all my friends and talk about acting, and it's just wonderful.
It's so true. You're right. We do a lot of our self-tapes from home. We can do auditions from home. There's so much we can do in the virtual world and from home.
Nice shout out to James on his excellent shirt choice, by the way.
Hey, with that background, Bob, you should audition as a werewolf in London.
I'll put it on the list.
We love your background, Bob. That is pretty cool. Would you like to share with everyone how you have that background set up on Zoom, just in case people want to know?
The Zoom allows you to set up a virtual background, and you can choose some of the the out of the box things like San Francisco or outer space or even the Northern Lights.
I love it.
This particular shot is a picture from Joe versus a Volcano, which is one of my favorite movies.
Amazing.
Nice.
So did you actually add your own image?
Yeah.
I
You just
love
take a
it.
picture and upload it. I'm probably breaking all kinds of copyrights, but so far,
Thanks for sharing,
if they sue
yeah.
me for it, that'll be just more publicity.
Well, if we can't travel in real life, we can travel virtually, right? So it's nice to have a different background every day.
Yeah. Plus, I get to hide the mess behind me.
Thank you so much, Bob. Is there anything else you'd like to share with us?
No, just thank you to Rachel for staying engaged and really helping to come up with ideas to make this troubled time work for all of us. And thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Bob, for sharing. And let's go over to Lauren. How are you doing today? Hello. We're so happy you're here. And tell us how you've been staying creative and how method acting has been helping you.
Yeah, well, first and foremost, I have to just say how grateful I am for the method community and the greater Boston film community, as well as comedy community. Each one of those in tandem has been really, one, helping me stay focused and engaged on my work. Also, especially with method training, it's almost been catalytic in a sense that coming into this time that was largely unfilled and unexpected, the mindset that method provides for you, rather than provides, instills in you, is one of preparation and intention. So be it preparing a self-tape for an audition coming up, or starting to really engage with voiceover work, which has been kind of a long-term goal for me. I've been doing a lot of research, enjoying the time to engage with classic films, get back to my Audrey Hepburn collection.
I love Audrey Hepburn. I love it.
Yeah, she's such a wonderful role model, and I'm so happy that I get this time. It's really something that you can be opportunistic with. So I'm choosing to engage with it in a way that really allows me to create rich sense memory that I can draw from. I've been super grateful too that we've been able to engage like this. Last night, Rachel, Bob, and I, and everybody else in class were just like relentlessly going over these sides for an audition I have coming up, kind of picking apart everything from action to accent, which is something new for me that I get to try out. So I've really been enjoying the flexibility to get more into this. I really want to go full throttle into this season. So looking forward to it.
Wow, amazing, Lauren. Thank you so much for sharing. Looks like you've definitely been staying creative.
Trying. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Is there anything else you'd like to share with us?
If anybody has thoughts or intel as to like different auditions coming up, I'm really looking to reach for characters that are super challenging at this point, kind of get out of my comfort zone. So.
Wow, I love it. You've got to love a challenge. I love that Rachel keeps us connected through the Facebook Method Acting group as well, because that's a great place for us to share resources with one another. Any upcoming castings, any upcoming events, virtually, or anything at all, so it's a great way to keep everyone connected. And I'm going to take it over to Wesley. How are you doing during this time, and how are you staying creative?
Well, this has been crazy, like you guys know. And my acting journey started about a year ago. I've always been very scared of self-taping. Like, if I have a choice, I'd rather be in the room. However, I know that self-taping can be the norms, whether we want it or not. So that's why I'm very grateful for Rachel, that she, with what she's doing, she's really pushing me to accept the new norm and be in front of the camera, because this is what it's going to be. And we either embrace it or we fight against it. And there is no need to fight against it. And therefore, I've been, every time I feel like I'm going to drift away, she is always pulling me back. And I cannot be more grateful. And I'm very new to method acting, but man, it's been incredible. Before that, I thought that nerve was natural, but now I'm learning that you don't have to be nervous. You can use it. You don't have to be paralyzed with fear, that you can do the work before that. And then that can free your instruments so that you can create. And I am blown away by everything I've learned, and I'm continuing learning. And thank you guys for creating that. Yes.
Wonderful, Wesley. Wow. Thank you so much for sharing your journey with method acting. I must agree that, one, the virtual world is the best way for actors to stay connected and to feel comfortable on camera. It's great for self-taping and for upcoming auditions and just being able to connect with everyone. 3 years ago, when I met Rachel, my method acting journey began. The way she teaches, the way she inspires, the way she motivates everyone to stay productive, to be creative, to believe in yourself, and to do everything it is that you want to do. I have just been, along her path and following her lead, and she has just been the most amazing mentor and teacher. It's just been wonderful to stay connected. there's no way you can leave.
Can't get out.
Why would you want to stop doing something you're so passionate about when you have such a supportive and inspiring mentor and community? Everyone supports one another and inspires one another, and everyone is just so creative. So it's great to all stay connected. And
I think it says a lot about everyone here, and there are many more of us who aren't here today. It speaks for you and your commitment, all of you. And it's very rare to find a community. I see us growing. I see us maybe taking a play reading from this creatively fertile time and mounting a stage production when we're done, or doing a film. I see us growing together, really taking our dreams to the limit and past the limit. And so I think it's really interesting what Lauren said about how she's choosing to engage with this time. It is a choice, and every single person here is extremely motivated and making the best out of a challenging situation. And the growth in class has been phenomenal, and we have to show up when it's hard to. We're showing up, and that speaks volumes for your character. And who you are as people. And it's not easy. And you all motivate me every day, to show up, to open up my little office here and get to work. So, it goes both ways. I thank all of you. And I need you too, because this is something, my teaching is what I do. It's my purpose in life. And so what a gift to me that I get to share it with all of you.
Oh, thank you. It's so true. I mean, you've just been inspiring all of us, and there is no limit. You've inspired me so much with film, with TV, with the Strasberg techniques, with relaxation. I had a really hard time in relaxation. The Strasberg techniques, the way your style of teaching, all of the above has
Thank
helped
you.
me.
It's really Lee Strasberg who created this technique, and I am merely a teacher of it. So, but for you, it's a great example of how important relaxation is for concentration. And this is, began with Konstantin Stanislavski, and then Lee Strasberg took his system and created the method. So it's a way of functioning. I'm actually doing an online class with women in film on public speaking for filmmakers. And so, again, we're taking our technique and using it in different ways of how we engage in and outside of class. It's very helpful. So that is a win-win. But you definitely have mastered concentration. It's been really fun to watch your journey.
Thank you. You've been an inspiration to everyone in our community. So thank you again. And is there anyone else that would like to share anything before we wrap up today's interview?
We have a mysterious, Wiss. We have a mysterious guest after Wiss in the corner.
Oh yeah, hi. Hi, would you like to say something?
Yeah, I mean, we have some other great ideas coming up. We have, Evan was going to teach us how to edit on iMovie. Self-tape night would be great. We also talked about reading some acting books, like Lee Strasberg's book, A Dream of Passion. And there we go.
Acting book club.
I have the book. I love this book.
I like that. Acting book club night.
Ooh, that's a good
Out
idea.
of nights. I have to tell you, we're running out of nights. I'm starting 2 intensives on Boston Casting next week. Monday and Wednesday intro, Tuesday and Thursday advanced. And then Friday night is a drop-in, which we offer at a discounted rate. We've got movie night Saturday night. So now we have to fit in book club,
Play reading.
and then some specials. We might need to go to like lunch hour for those of you who are working to do these extra ones. It's wonderful. I have to say that, living in LA, going back and forth, I've tried to keep contact with everyone. Some of you coach with me, some of you engage with me via email or Facebook. But the continuity here is like we have at the Institute, where you're in school every day. And you never let up. You don't rest. It is what you do, And this is how and this is a good lesson to myself, how we should be all the time. We should be, as artists, practicing just like a pianist does, or a dancer or an athlete. And we need to maintain this level. I'll be really curious to see what happens when this is all over, how this changes not only the industry, but changes our training, our dedication to our craft. It'll be quite fascinating to see.
There is one other
Definitely
thing
will.
I'd like to add about is I've gotten to watch so many more movies and television shows, and you can learn a lot from that once you're taking classes, studying the behavior and the acting techniques. And
I
I
agree.
don't know, I really enjoyed that part of this whole experience.
I think also
Absolutely.
the smaller classes have enabled us, like we, Rebecca Millman, who's not here, and Nancy were able to take, Hannah and her sisters, and we were able to take the whole script because there were only 2 people in class and learn how to break down a script and make choices. And so some of the classes where there are less people, like Bob got to read 3 roles last night. It's a workout. And there's an advantage. It's almost like private coaching. I think that's a win-win. And for me too, that I get to work so intimately with you. Another thing I want to add in this work is that I'm able to see you all more in your exercise work, where usually we're spread out in the room and people have their backs to me and they're doing their relaxation and sensory work. And I can't see what's going on all the time. I can't miss anything now, which is probably horrifying for you, but wonderful for me.
Hey, and I was
Been
looking for my Lee Strasberg book, and I couldn't find it. I wonder if I could borrow yours.
Sure, hand it over.
I'm an expert at that now.
Yeah, instinct, he's handing things over.
Anybody else want to see it?
I'll
I
take
love
it.
it. I also love The Actor's Life. This is another great book.
It's been fun, like in scenes where there is touching involved. There was a kiss in a scene that Kayla was doing. I just asked someone to put, to touch the person instead. At first we were wondering, how would we do scene work like this? Would it be confusing? But it really isn't. And it's good to have other people there, just like we would have a crew there, just like we would have an audience there. It's good for our concentration. And don't you guys find that you're able to tune each other out when you're doing the scenes?
It's like structured distraction.
Totally. And we can't work hard enough on our concentration, right? We've had animals, we've had distractions of kids running into frame. We've had all sorts of fun stuff. We have a lot of memories. We've been together a long time, and Nancy, you're fairly new to our group, but you just fit right in. It's like we're never not here.
Yeah, I feel very comfortable with all you guys. When I'm in class, I don't feel self-conscious. I feel and I'm sure part of that is the relaxation technique that we do. I think that helps prepare me a lot. But yeah, right from the start, I felt like these are my people.
I love that. We have 150 method actors at Boston Casting and more when I first came to town and I was teaching in South End. So we have a huge amount of us. And I think that even, if some new people show up at the next event we have here, we'll feel comfortable because we all have this thing in common, which is the training and the method acting.
Yes, we do.
Can you tell us where we're going to see this and any details you want to share?
Yes, I'm excited. So I will be having our interview aired with Somerville Media and Roku TV. It will also be on a podcast and also on my YouTube channel, This Girl Runs the Show. For anybody else who's listening, who's interested in method acting, definitely check out our interview. And if you want to get in contact with Rachel Bailett, all of our information will be listed. So you can contact her for any coaching or upcoming method acting classes at Boston Casting.
We're happy to welcome you into our family. I also hope that, if you are an aspiring actor or a creative, that this might have given you some ideas of things you can do during this challenging time. And we send good wishes out to the entire Boston acting community. And look for more, events. And hopefully we'll have some events maybe that will open up to the public. That would be fun. Something else to talk about at our next chat.
Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you everyone for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.